Hi, it's Marieta, founder of ImmigrationBiz, business immigration attorney. Welcome. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification so you are notified whenever I release new content. And let's get started today, guys. I want to give you just a brief update on the situation with the travel ban, especially for those who are not able to schedule interviews for your visas at the US consulates abroad and you're stuck. And let's give you some updates, okay? 5 days ago, I posted a video with breaking news, which was actually concerning the exception, national interest exceptions, for those who are wondering if you are someone who is not able to schedule your immigrant visas at the US Embassy. Guess what? With the current exception, you are able to schedule immigrant visa interview at the US consulate, even though you are coming from those countries that are still being impacted by geographic COVID-19 bans. So, for example, EU travel ban. If you are from EU, majority of people are not able to schedule interview. But if you are in the immigrant visa category, if you are in that K1 visa category, if you are in also J1 visa category, you can schedule interview because a new set of exceptions were introduced 5 days ago. So go ahead, check that out. I will be linking the video here for you. Now, I do want to talk about the rest of you, right? If you are not necessarily in the category of immigrant visas, what's the situation? What's the situation with you? And also what I'm going to cover in this video, I'm briefly going to talk about the processing times in a second. So stay tuned, definitely stick around till the end, because this is going to be interesting. So here we go, guys. This was a lawsuit introduced a couple of days ago, actually filed by a group of people, right? Mostly people who are obviously non-citizens, and they were denied to enter the United States due to unlawful suspension of visa processing. So we're talking about the travel ban, right? And this complaint states that these defendants, probably including yourself, guys, like you are probably in the category, are not able to enter the United States. In fact, okay, there is a travel ban situation, right? Which means it's an entry ban. You cannot enter the United States. However, despite that, many US consulates abroad are not simply processing visas at all. Okay, they're giving the same excuse over and over again. We are not processing non-immigrant visas. We are not processing non-immigrant visas. They used to give the excuse for immigrant visas. No longer can they do that because of that new exception, a rule introduced a couple of days ago. However, if you are in the non-immigrant visa category, still you are being impacted because that travel ban, entry ban is in place, is impacting China, is impacting Brazil, is impacting South Africa, Ireland, UK, Schengen area. So these are the countries that are still being impacted by that crazy travel ban. However, here's the deal. If you actually go and you travel to third country, for example, Mexico, you quarantine for 14 days, guess what? Then you can enter the United States. So it makes no sense for this US consulate to give the excuse that we cannot process the visas. And that is the base of this lawsuit because it is unlawful. And if you want, you can read it. I'm going to be linking here for you below. But let me show you what I mean, because courts repeatedly told the State Department that basically they are not allowed to introduce this no visa policy, if you will. It's simply unlawful, right? And still these embassies were introducing the simply put no visa policy. Here we go. Here you can see that. Multiple court decisions have ruled that suspension of entry does not authorize Department of State to issue no visa policy. Okay? So, in other words, the US embassies, they cannot just introduce no visa policy just like that, just because there is the entry ban in place. Presidential proclamation issued by president doesn't necessarily mean that the US consulate is going to simply introduce no visa policy. Okay, because then these individuals are stuck outside of the United States, and obviously they are separated from their families, their businesses are falling apart. Of course, some of them cannot go back to their work, so they're losing job opportunities, etc. So what to do, guys? So this is actually good news, right? Because this was actually introduced back in April 7th, if you will. So yeah, for those who are interested, you can read the whole thing. I'm going to be linking this website post below in description. Now, hopefully this travel ban will be over mid-May. So we're talking about 4 more weeks. Okay. Like I mentioned already, if you are in the immigrant visa category, if you are obviously the one who is seeking to obtain a green card, eventually enter the United States, through the consular processing, you should be able to schedule your interview as of now, despite the fact that the travel ban is still in place in your country. All right. And if you need any help, you are welcome to reach out, and definitely I can help you out with that. Now, let's talk about the processing time, especially for obviously those who are going through the consular processing, because I know it's taking way too long. There are significant delays in place. So let's talk about it. So as of January 25th, 2021, NVC's queue of documentarily complete employment-based or family-sponsored cases looked like this. Family-sponsored cases over 300,000, employment over 11,000, EB5 over almost 4,000 cases. Now, what if you are right now, there's some of you actually asking me why it takes so long to actually get the welcome letter. So here we go. Like I want to actually talk about that. They're talking about delays. So for example, typically it shouldn't take longer than 4 weeks from USCIS to NVC, right? Because they are sending in documentation. Either they are doing it by standard paper documentation, or some of them, they have electronic documentations in place. Now, when they do that, it usually takes 4 weeks. Now it's up to 10 weeks. So if you haven't received the welcome letter, then I would highly recommend that if you haven't received your welcome letter from NVC and it's been at least, I would say, 60 days, I would highly recommend you contact NVC, and I am going to give you the exact email. Here we go. File not received within 10 weeks. See? Kind of crazy. So here's the email. nvcresearch@state.gov. So this would be the email to use, and definitely inquire about your case status. If it's been longer than 60 days, definitely I would do that. Then some of you are asking me about Expedite. Should you use Expedite, or what's going on? Why it takes so long? And I highly recommend that you should. I made a video where I did talk about how to expedite your case, 6 reasons to expedite your case. I will link the video here for you guys. If you want to expedite your case, obviously you need to have a reason for it, right? It has to be humanitarian or medical inquiries, but as well as business hardship or employment hardship. I would definitely try this Expedite service, because if you don't, here's what's going to happen. There are many people who are actually waiting in the queue. Once they approve obviously your case is already approved by USCIS, but once they collect the evidence at NVC state, then they will notify the US Embassy in your country that they can start now processing your case. And it used to be, before they introduced the exception last week, that many of these countries, especially impacted by travel bans, these US embassies were not processing immigrant visa cases. So guess what? The backlog got even bigger. So now they have to, right? Because of that national interest exception introduced last week, that is obviously regarding those immigrant visa cases and K1s and so on. So now they have to start processing those cases. So now the NVC is actually notifying US Embassy. So if you've done the process at the NVC, now you have to wait. However, if you still have the option, once you pay the fees at the NVC and you still have the option to expedite, I would expedite. Why? Because then you can be on top of the queue. And if you don't expedite, then it's going to be difficult for you to schedule interview in upcoming weeks, because again, there is a giant backlog. So I highly recommend to expedite. Check out the video, 6 reasons to expedite your case. I'm going to be linking the video here for you. This is the email you can use, nvcexpedite@state.gov. And obviously, guys, don't abuse this. You need to have a reason to expedite your case. If you need help with that, you're welcome to schedule consultation with me. I don't do email consultations. If you want to talk to me, there's a link below this video to book a consultation with me. So please follow that link and instruction. Now, what else do you need to know, guys? Yeah, like what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna be linking also this information below in description. You guys can read it yourself. There is a communication. Sometimes people ask me, like, who is deciding the expedite case? Is it embassy or is it NVC? It's typically NVC, but then once they actually approve your expedite, then they notify the embassy. So there is no need for you to actually reach out to embassy. Your embassy will be notified by NVC. So if you need to check the time frames, again, you can go and check NVC time frames. What cases they are currently processing. Again, if your file did not arrive to NVC, it's been more than 10 weeks, definitely you need to reach out to them. Use this email address as I already gave you. And when you write that email, make sure to also attach the approval notice from USCIS. All right. So yeah, so this is it pretty much that I wanted to share with you. If you have any question, comments, do leave them below this video. And for those who are scheduling the consultation, I will talk to you soon, guys. And if you are new here, welcome again. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, and I will talk to you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.